I'm Eric, I'm a game designer, and today we're going to review You Suck at Parking. You Suck at Parking is an obstacle-based 3D driving game, which all revolves around the act of parking your car, but all with a twist, because the moment your car stops moving, you will no longer be able to drive them, and your progression will get reset, and you start off the level again with a new car. You Suck at Parking is about maintaining control over your vehicle, all in the midst of difficult terrain, obstacles and hazards, trying to take control away from you. Since you can't stop the car, you are always on the move, leading to chaotic situations, intense moments when you just barely manage to park your car, all packaged with simple driving mechanics, which are consistent and allows you to develop over time with the challenges that the levels provide. Secondary mechanics which are introduced in a specific level and then build upon throughout the level. The gameplay of You Suck at Parking balances 3 different aspects to balance the experience and make your approach to driving more intentional and strategic. Every level has a time counter, giving you a certain amount of time to complete the level. Every time you reach a parking spot, which are distributed throughout the level, with an easy parking spot, an intermediate parking spot, and a more difficult parking spot to reach, you will gain additional time, which will help you reach the next parking spot. Furthermore, you have a limited amount of fuel in each car which you drive, meaning you can't afford to drive around without purpose, being goal-oriented and finding the most efficient way forward. On top of that, there's a choice of either continuously holding the gas pedal, which will reduce the amount of fuel you use, but also reduce the amount of control you have over the vehicle. Or you decide to press the gas pedal from time to time, expanding more fuel, but also having more control over your speed and direction. Through these different elements, regardless of your skill level, you always feel like you can accomplish something and gain greater mastery and insight over the controls over time. You Suck at Parking does something which is very effective in teaching you and making what you do more impactful, namely a legacy effect. Every car you have parked or crashed into a corner will persist in the level, be a physical entity you can still interact with. These cars don't only help telling a story about your previous actions and your progression, but they also help to remind you by highlighting a difficult section in which you crashed many cars, suggesting to you that you might need to be extra careful in that particular corner. Another interesting dynamic which derives from these cars is the fact that you can use them to your advantage. Perhaps your car you parked a bit too far last time will now help you slow down your current car and make it stop by crashing into it. If you want to be very strategic about your approach, you could hypothetically position your current car in such a way that it will help you progress through the level with your next car. One last aspect I would like to touch upon is how immersive and thematic the game is. The world map in which you select your levels is another playground for you to drive in, gain hands-on with the controls, besides tying a specific location to a specific level and the corresponding mechanic. The treehouse location symbolizes height and is resembled through mountains that you climb in those specific levels. You Suck at Parking adds a twist to driving and presents an interesting goal and hides depth behind the gameplay through the driving mechanics and a variety of secondary mechanics presented through the levels. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Game Designer Plays. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I would highly appreciate that. And then I hope to see you back in my next video. See you there. Bye bye.